Hi, thanks for taking a look at the sample DVD for the 5 behavioural safety DVDs produced by Safety Improvers. You're quite rightly having a look at the sample DVD just to make sure that the material in the 5 DVDs is going to add a lot of value to your people and your organisation and improve safety even more. Now, a lot of people mean different things by behavioural safety, so what I'd like to do, if you don't mind, I'll give you a little bit of background as to how these 5 DVD clips came about and where we developed our behavioural safety tools. Way back in 1995, one of our clients asked us to help them with a problem they were having with safety. They kept having high potential incidents, and the problem was they didn't know what to do about them. They had everything in place. They had a good safety case, excellent procedures, the people were intelligent, worked with them for a long time, the training matrix was full, they had all done the training courses, and they had some of the best equipment the industry could offer. And they were wondering why they still had accidents. So they called us in from a psychological point of view to look at what was happening. And what we found was really quite amazing. No matter which incident we took, and remember this is way back in 1995 before behavioural safety became a buzzword, we found that there were 5 things that were hurting people. Lack of awareness, people just not seeing things and getting hurt, slips, trips and falls. The fear factor, people knew what to do, either through common sense or through procedures, but they chose not to follow their common sense or chose not to obey the procedures because fear factor was creeping up on them. The third thing we noticed was unintentional pressure. Supervisors and some colleagues were putting unintentional pressure on people by the way they behaved, and it was causing some people to have accidents. The 4th behavioural trap we found was that people were losing concentration. About 3 out of 10 incidents had an element of losing concentration in them. And lastly, we found that people knew there was a problem in many cases, but they didn't do anything about it because they made up some mental excuse to remove the hazard or to diminish the hazard. So we devised a 4-hour workshop called a Behavioural Safety Workshop, and this worked brilliantly offshore. The operator at the time liked it and got us to do all of their platforms, and since 1995 we've given that behavioural workshop to thousands of people. So it's been tried and tested, and it always goes down extremely well, and as you would expect, the results are very powerful when you tap into the behaviours. So the 4 DVDs you'll see are really designed along the following lines. They're designed to be used as small clips in inductions, in safety meetings, and in safety training courses. They range from about 12 to 17 minutes, and in each DVD, the facilitator or the supervisor gets a little sheet of paper that gives them a number of questions they can use to encourage discussion and to get people thinking a bit further. The DVDs also confront people with their own thoughts and behaviours. I use a number of case studies in the DVDs that makes people think about what they're doing. There's no graphs, there's no models, there's no fancy terminology. It's all basic incident case studies where people have to think about what they would do, and it challenges their own perception of fears and unintentional pressure. So the DVDs bring home, each one of them brings home this personal responsibility that even though you can blame the company, even though you can blame equipment, even though you might blame your supervisor, you yourself chose to go ahead for various reasons, and unless you deal with that, you're going to get hurt. So personal responsibility comes out pretty strongly in the DVDs. It speaks very directly to the workforce and to supervisors, whether you can have a mix of people in the workshops, you can use it for management meetings, you can have a mixed diagonal slice of supervisors in the workforce, so it appeals to most people in the workshop. Also, I've used a very relaxed style. It's just me speaking in front of a camera, very low key, there's no graphs, there's no diagrams again, and it's really speaking face to face with the people as if they were in a workshop, so it's a very relaxed style. You'll find on this DVD there's a little snippet from each of the 5 DVDs just to show you some of the things that I've been saying. If you would like more details, please don't hesitate to contact me by email or by telephone on the details shown at the bottom of the screen. I'd be very happy to talk around it and to give you more details. So I hope you enjoy this DVD, I'm sure you will, and all success with helping your people work even more safely.